You tuned in to the 7-Day Theory. Hard body, hard spirit.
In the gun out the backseat of the car.
16-year-old Charleston White took the stand and testified against his friend, Antoine Doolittle, who sat just a few feet from him and listened intently.
He pulled it off, and the hammer back on the gun.
And then what happened?
He fired it.
Doolittle is accused of gunning down 34-year-old Michael Levy of Irving. Levy attempted to stop Doolittle, White, and 2 other teenagers accused of shoplifting 3 sports jackets and a baseball cap from an Arlington mall in September of 1991. Witnesses say Levy pounded on their windshield until the teens threw the jackets out the car window. Then Doolittle supposedly shot him in the back as Levy walked away. White repeated the conversation he says he had with Doolittle after the shooting.
He said, "Look, you shot him."
And what did he do?
White will be testifying against all 3 of his buddies in exchange for a maximum sentence of 12 years. A juvenile judge reduced the charge from capital murder to murder against Doolittle, so the teenager faces from 5 years to life in prison if he's found guilty.
I handed him the gun.
The nigga said, we saw the snitch video. So everybody saw it. It's been on the news before. Just because you saw it, you still broke. It don't change nothing. You still broke. I'm still rich. I'm still getting booked. It don't change nothing. Yeah, it don't change nothing. We seen the snitch video. So, everybody's seen it before you seen it. It used to be on the news. I keep telling y'all, I made the news before. Think they gonna stop interviewing me? You think people gonna stop? No, nigga. You still gonna be poor, and I'm still gonna be rich and famous. He must be. Why you think I told, nigga? I don't give a nigga. I ain't friends with nobody.
16.
I handed him the gun. I handed him the gun.
Gillie Da Kid will respond on X to Charleston White. He said, "Can't beef with no nigga that's been ratting since the 90s. He's a throwback rat." What up, my people? You tuned into the 7-Day Theory. Hard body, hard spirit. Check this. As you just seen, Charleston White, Gillie Da Kid. Now, if y'all don't know the history of Gillie Da Kid and Charleston White, Gillie Da Kid's son passed away, got shot, got murdered. Gillie Da Kid went on the internet and trolled, not just trolled, disrespected Gillie Da Kid's son when he passed. Now, why he would do that about somebody he don't even know? Gillie Da Kid, okay, you got beef with Gillie Da Kid. Okay, that's one thing. They was going back and forth with each other, whatever. That's whatever. But to make fun and try to clown his son for being murdered is a new type of low. It's a new type of wicked evil. Charleston White, certified rat, certified snitch. We already knew this, right? This is not breaking news. He admits to being a snitch. He didn't call police on, and supposedly he called police on King Yella and other people. He said he got locked up. Okay, this man is a fraud. He been snitching. He been saying he was gonna snitch, and this is just proof. This went on the news in the 90s. This happened in 91. The trial happened in 93. He was in a car. They went to the Charleston White and 3 other friends. They was like all teenagers at the time, between like 15 and 16. Charleston White was 16. They went and stole some starter jackets, ran out, and a Good Samaritan tried to stop them. And one of Gillie Da Kid, Charleston White's friends shot the dude because he was blocking them. He was trying to get in the car, trying to stop them from leaving so the police can come. Right, Good Samaritan. Charleston White made it seem like he went on all the. If y'all, I've been watching Charleston White since he came out. He talked about this on the Queen Slip interview. He talked about this in a couple interviews, and he always spoke on this like he was the big bad, the tough dude that don't try to unlive black people, that only go after white people. Right? He says he was raised to go and do crimes against white people. Like, if you're gonna do something, don't do it in your own community, go do it in the white community, right? He kept saying this, and he kept acting like he was the one that pulled the trigger, which he was not. He tried to make it seem like he was the ringleader, mastermind. This is what I'm talking about. of people playing characters on YouTube and really just get on YouTube and lie and cap, and it gets millions of views because they say the most outlandish stuff that don't be true, and everybody be feeding into it, be watching it, feeding into it, giving them praise, giving them likes, all this, right? We got to bring the real back. If you're doing entertainment, that's one thing, but if you get on these interviews and you talking like what you're saying is actually who you are, but in reality it's not, knock it off. We got to stop supporting the fake and start supporting the real. Charleston White is nothing but a cancer to the community. He's a fake. He's a fraud. A lot of stuff that, I'm not going to lie, a lot of stuff that Charleston White says, he be on point with. But a lot of it be totally wicked, evil, demonic stuff. Talking about kids, talking about people's kids. Like, that's a new low, right? And this man, look, I've seen footage of him boxing. He can't fight. He gotta have weapons because the man can't fight. He's a coward. Why is he a coward? Because he snitched. Not only did he snitch, call the police on just some random person, right, doing a crime. No, he did a crime. He took it upon himself at 16 years old. He knew what he was doing. After 12, you know right from wrong. Even before that, you know right from wrong. He knew what he was doing was wrong, and he was all for it, right? He knew what he was doing could get him time. And he said he makes an excuse that, oh, he wasn't my friend. He responded to people saying that he's a snitch and all this. He said that he really wasn't my friend. I used to stay at his place. He was poor. My mom was rich. So if your mom was rich and you had a good life, a good upbringing, why was you faking and frauding, befriending people that don't have the parents you have, that don't have the job that they have, right? Might be on drugs, might, for whatever reason, they're in a impoverished neighborhood. So you make an excuse of saying, "Oh, my mom was rich. My mom, we had money. I came from a good upbringing. So why was you doing all this, knowing that you had a good upbringing?" This is what I'm talking about, kids. Stop letting other people. Letting other people determine what you think is cool or what you think is right. See, this is a prime example of a good kid, having a good upbringing. A mom, I don't know if his dad was in the picture, but lived in a good neighborhood, right? But he took it upon himself. He thought that what made him a man and what makes you cool and what he wanted to gain that respect, right? So the way he thought that he can gain respect is by doing crimes, by being hood, by putting on his mask like he's a gangster and he's not, like he's a criminal and he's not. But even today, he's still, and really he really is a criminal. For all the police stuff, talking about I love the police, I'm gonna call the police every time. He got his little badge charm. If y'all remember that, that went viral. I made a video about that when he had the little badge, the little cop badge charm. The police don't even, people don't spoke on him. The police don't even like Charleston White, because before he was all on this cop stuff, like he loved the police, right? He was literally on Facebook. This is before he blew up, of him talking about telling people to shoot at the police, to unalive them. He was pushing that line. He was pushing that narrative, right? Saying anything to make it go viral. And he makes it seem like he's so for his people, right? But you steady behind the police, and the police is not for us. The police are not our people. Their job is to lock us up, to take us away from our families. So to say you for your people, but at the same time praising the police, it don't make sense. Nothing about Charleston White is if not making sense was a person, that'd be him. If being a hypocrite was a person, it'd be Charleston White. Gillie Da Kid responded. He said, "Look, it was a funny response." He said, "Look, I can't beef with no dude who been ratting since the 90s. You a throwback rat. You've been snitching since the 90s. The first little bit of trouble you got in, you couldn't hold your own weight. If you can't hold your own weight, if you do a crime, knowing that if you get caught, you will go to jail, don't do the crime. Stay out the streets, kids. There is nothing there is no glory in the streets. There is no glory in being the toughest, biggest gangster that does the most crimes. Because what does that get you? It either gets you dead at 6 feet under or locked up in a cell. And we all know that, and I've been to jail. It is the worst place you could ever be in. To have your freedom taken away is the most degrading, most depressing place. One of the most depressing places that you could be in your life is to be in jail, to be locked up, to be told when you eat, to run out of toilet paper. You got to keep telling the guards, hey, I need toilet paper, I need toilet paper. And they taking long to give it to you. The food, you don't get to pick what food you want, right? Whatever they cooking that day, that's what you eat, and it's slop. It's disgusting. There's nothing good about it at all. Disgusting food. The conditions in jail are deplorable, unhumane, and a lot of them. The jail in my city is really bad, dirty, dingy, disgusting, just dirty as dirty can be. The same when you want some water, the same water you drink from is connected right to the toilet. It's literally like a foot away, connected. It's connected to the toilet. The toilet is connected to the sink. So when you using the bathroom and you getting your drinking water out the same facility, the same thing. It's all connected, right? Disgusting. So if you don't want to have that situation on you, kids, young people, and even grown-ups, don't do the crime. There are so many other things that you can do with your life that'll benefit you in a positive way than to go the route of the streets or the route of crime. It don't pay. It don't pay. For all the money you could potentially gain, you're gonna lose it, and because eventually you're gonna get caught. No gangster, no hustler has ever made it clean. Just never got caught, right? Just made a clean getaway, made a whole bunch of money, got rich, and just laid back. Nobody ever did that. You either you got unalived or you went to jail, and the money you made on the streets, you gonna spend all that by going to jail, by fighting cases, and then when you in jail, you can't make money while you in there. So you losing money on top of that right there. So I would say, look, even if it's McDonald's, somebody at McDonald's will have a better income, a better lifestyle than just working a minimum wage job than somebody in the streets. Because and just the quality of life is going to be 100 times better, because the person that's working at McDonald's is not going to ever have to do a day in jail, not one day. And I argue one day in jail is too many. I never did. The longest I did in jail was, what was it, like 8 months. That was a long 8 months. But I've done 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, a couple stints I had in jail, right? And each time, it was too much. It was too long. No matter if it was a week or 6 months, it was too long. You get taken away from your family. You get taken away from everybody you love. You really find out who is really there for you, right? Who your real friends are, because a lot of time people go to jail, they got all these friends. You don't get no phone calls, no visits. Where your friends at? Where's all these friends at, right, when you go to jail? A lot of them are not there. They just ain't coming to visit. They ain't calling. They ain't putting money on your books. Like, you really got to fend for yourself. You really will see that you are the only person that can help you when you go to jail. You'll see. Or it might be a select. It might be your mom might help you out, your girl maybe. And then even that, when you go to jail, dude's hitting up your girl. She might, who knows if she gonna hold it down, all right? So a lot of stuff can happen just from a moment of making a moment of a bad decision, right? Or making a conscious decision to be in the streets, right? That can lead to it just leads to a whole bunch of problems that nobody wants. Casanova just did an interview on Gillie and Wallows on Gillie's channel. He said, look, I was preaching this one before I came home to really he was really talking about like reformation, like reforming yourself. Like, yeah, if you go to jail, get it right the first time, get out, because you don't want to have to do this. You don't want to have to be in here. We heard Diddy talking, and I don't mess with Diddy. I don't rock with Diddy. He's wicked. He's evil. But he was talking to Kanye West on a phone call, got leaked, and he said, look, it's wicked in here. Like he dreams of being out there. He dreams of not having your freedom taken away from you. Like these things, it's depressing. It'll have you in a depressed state. It'll have you not wanting to live for real, because you're locked down. Your freedom is taken away from you. Everything. It's just, ain't no girls in there. Ain't no girls other than the COs that you see, right? You ain't getting no wet. You ain't getting none of that, right? And we know as men and women, that's something that we value. So if you value even that, stay out the streets, stay out of jail. Shout out to Gillie, real stand-up dude. And Charleston White, sucker, coward. You can't hold your own weight. If you supposed to be this man, if you're supposed to be a man, right? And especially if you're in the streets, do your time. Do your time. It's a coward move to go to jail for something you did and then tell on your friends. Not even somebody, like he told on his best friends. All those people in the car was his friends. Snitched on him, right? And you can see it in his face when he's on the stand how shameful he looked, head down, because he got a point. The dude that he's telling on is in the court while he's testifying. You could tell he was ashamed of it. You could tell he felt guilty by doing it. So why is you doing it? Hold your own weight. If you do something, hold your weight and go to jail. Don't tell on the next man because you did something and you don't want to be in jail for something you did. It's all about accountability. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. We got memberships now, $1.99 a month. Shout out to the first member, Angela Reddick. Shout out to my son, another member, Dimitri, and John Paul. All those are the 3 members. Keep your head up and your eyes open. I'm out.
You're now listening to the 7-Day Theory. Hard body, hard soul, hard